Hello everyone and welcome to traditional draft of Neon Dynasty. Pack has hmm, it has decent commons, not so amazing uncommons, and then the rare is definitely good. This is in this format especially 2 mana to destroy an artifact or enchantment, and when it's just a land which you can play in place of a forest, it's very good. Yeah, opponent gets to fetch a land, but don't think that's really a big deal. This is probably in limited the best of these lands because there are always going to be enchantments and artifacts, and there's just nothing too strong in this pack. I mean, this is the best green card in the pack. It is probably the best card in the pack, period. So I'll take that. And someone took a rare here. I would really want to play around with this card at some point. When you pick it early, you can maybe get enough artifacts and enchantments. I think you want to have at least 7 of both, and the more you have, then the better it of course becomes. But I don't think I want to pick it now after I first picked a green card. There are other good options too, like the rare is missing, but I do like the other uncommons. I do like all the uncommons, but because I took the green card, I'm not taking the Naomi here. Yeah, the commons. There are some green commons, but don't think it's worth it. It's gonna be the Life of Toshiro Umezawa. The smelter is really good, but if I'm gonna play green, green doesn't have. I think it has like one artifact, the uncommon reconfigure reach thing. I'm not sure if at least there could be some rare artifacts, but for commons and uncommons, green doesn't really have artifacts. And Life of Toshiro Umezawa, I think, is quite good. I can take it here. And then there's the long reach of night. There's also a very good shrine. I think the red and green shrines are just perfectly playable on their own, and the other shrines do require a little bit other shrines to be really that great. All right, so after picking these 2 cards, oh man, I could have started. Yeah, if the draft went a little bit differently, I could have 2 Sokens and Smelters this early, and that could lead to something very interesting. But I don't think I can do that now. Well, I can, but after passing one, it just feels so weird. I'll take the Long Reach of Night. I think it's quite a good card anyway, so I'm happy to have it. Okay, the Artifact Red deck. That was really to be drafted here. Now, I can be Artifact Red Black still, but man, passing those 2 drops is really annoying. I think I maybe take the Heiko Yamazaki. I don't see a lot of green. The Careful Cultivation is fine. You get the 2 mana channel version, which is almost always going to be useful. But Heiko Yamazaki is so good when you have a bunch of artifacts in the deck. I'll take it now. Okay, still. Well, there's a Voltage Surge. There's also a couple of shrines actually, but yeah, Voltage Surge. After taking the red card there, I should take another one, which is high quality card even. And yeah, the Renegade is like interesting, but I think I'll just take the land here. This is not as good as the green one, but it's still strictly better mountain in this set, which doesn't really care about any basic lands. And there is no non-basic hate, so this is better than mountain in every circumstance basically. Yep, let's take it. There was a Fade into Antiquity, and I actually still see these green cards here. What does this mean? I could still be green here. I know there is an experimental synthesizer which I might take here, but both of these cards I quite like, but I think I'll take the red card and decide a bit later. Okay, well, red is open. Not all of the red cards here are that great, but I mean the pack has what, 7 non-land cards. 5 of them are red. I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to take the Reinforced Ronin because it's so good with the Heiko Yamazaki. Yeah, I'll take that. If I'm gonna have some artifact synergies, that is the card I'm going to want to have here. Alright, so Season of Renewal, that's not the card I'm going to pick. I'm not taking the Ambitious Assault. I guess it could be one of the white cards or the Searchlight Companion. I just don't like the Companion too much. Yes, it's an artifact, it does work with artifact synergy, but I really want to have a ninjas to make it an interesting card. I think I'll take the Imperial Subduer just in case I actually end up a white here. Maybe I open a white bomb rare, who knows. And here, okay, now some black cards here. I think I'll take the Centipede. I would actually want to be red black here. So yep, let's take it. And Unstoppable Ogre Array Automated Artificer. Yeah, sadly I didn't get back those red uncommons, but that's not a surprise. They are pretty strong. So I think I'll take the Ogre back. And Shrine Steward. Well, I don't like the Crackling Emergence or the Brute Suit. I'll take the Steward if in case I find something to pick up with it. Return to action is actually quite, playable trick. At this point I'm gonna cut the white and green and see if I can be a red-black here. Okay, Cudgels, not really a good card. I haven't seen anyone even play this card, which is not a surprise because it's really, really mana intensive. And a plains here. Well, I got a good white rare here. I took the Subduer because I think it was the best card in the pack. So now I could take the Restoration of Eiganjo. It's actually quite good. The 3 mana gives you eventually a nice 3/4 creature with a nice ability. And then the chapters 1 and 2 definitely matter as well. So, but there's of course a Blossom Brancher. If I was able to follow up with the green plan, that would be very good. And here's the artifact I talked about. I think this might be the only green artifact that's a common or uncommon, but I'm not totally sure. For these colors, the Reckoner Raid is the best card. So I just have to decide if I like these other black cards enough to ignore the rare or the green here. But I think I'll take the black card. It's such a nice card anyway. All right. So Patchwork Automaton and another Heiko Yamazaki. Of course, it's a legendary creature, so you can have 2 of those in your deck. But also what I like here is the Patchwork Automaton. It's early enough that I can, focus on artifacts, and I have a bunch of them already. So I think I'm taking it here. It's quite good when you have a lot of artifacts in the deck. Coming of Terrible Secrets. Can I get an enchantment plus artifact theme here going on? 3 enchantments. Is any of them unplayable? No, I like them all. I guess I can pick it when it comes back to. I could take something like an Iron Apprentice. Not the greatest artifact, to be fair. Oh, fine, I'll take the Kami of Terrible Secrets. It's early in the draft, I can try to pick mostly enchantments and artifacts now. There's also a payoff for that thing. There is a payoff for that thing. Well, this is a fairly weak pack. There is like a Glowing Torment here, but... Okay, now that I took the Kami of Terrible Secrets, let's take this. If I could reanimate a thing that gets +2 +1/+1 counters, it's definitely going to be worth 5 mana, almost always. So let's take it. And here... Song Shaper, just to have an artifact. I basically just want to have artifacts and enchantments, and I think the enchantments will be mostly coming from black. But let's take the Song Shaper now, because of the Patchwork Automaton, I do want to have artifacts in the deck too. So here I could take the Ninja's Kunai, the Experimental Synthesizer, or the Song Shaper. I have a low creature count, so I think I'll just take the creature here. And there's an enchantment that I probably wouldn't otherwise play. And I'm not talking about the war paint, which is just that's a bad card. But I think I might play this if I want to have this artifact plus enchantment sub-theme in the deck, which I kind of want to try. Okay, now the Ember Keeper is going to be picked just because it's an enchantment. But I might have some ways to get, you know, modified creatures, but that's not going to be a very common case scenario. But I might take the Iron Apprentice, which is a modified creature also. Yeah, and still I don't like the companion too much. I'll take it. I mean the Apprentice here. Kindled Fury is going to be more playable than the other option, but I don't think I care about it enough to put it to main deck here. And here, Explosive Entry. This is a best of 3 draft, so I like it as a sideboard card quite a bit. And Crackling Emergence, which I could consider playing because it is an enchantment, especially if I get any more Kamis of Terrible Secrets. Am I gonna play 2 though? It is also a modified creature, I guess, but no. I'm taking the uncommon. I'm greedy. I'm so sure that it's such a weak card that I don't want to even play the first copy, but I could play it if I want to just have the enchantment count high enough. But definitely 2 is too much. I'm never gonna play the two of those. Katana last pick, interesting. That's a good one, but not for my deck now. I'm not gonna consider even splashing it. But there's another Life of Toshiro Umezawa, which is not only a good card but also an enchantment, which I will care about. Mukotai Ambusher would be like an okay card here, but this is just a lot better. Very nice actually. Rapid Battery, very good, and well, it's the best card in the pack. Let's take it. All right, so yeah, this would require some interesting splashing. It's not really. I don't even have creatures that have those attack triggers, so I mean at least enough. So I'm not going to take that. I could play 2 explosive entries after sideboarding. Kami of Industry has something it can return, but it's just returning stuff temporarily. I don't know if I want to have a 3/6 for 5. I take the explosive entry to have at least good options against people with a bunch of artifacts. And here I see another Life of Toshiro Umezawa, which I'm gonna take here. But there's also Lethal Exploit, Ember Keeper, Runaway Trashbot, and a Hoverbike. I could take all of these other 4 cards and still be rather happy about it, but I'm not gonna miss out on the this saga here. It's really good. And here I think I like the Grave Lighter, but now I have here, look at this, 9 artifacts, 8 enchantments. I'm gonna take now the Kami of Terrible Secrets. It's really good here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to be good. And here could take the Ninja's Kunai now, but the Gucci Silencer, I'm not convinced if it's that great. I don't really have much Ninja's energy going on. I think I like the Ninja's Kunai actually more here. I'm a bit light on removal actually. Okay, now there's an Ember Keeper. Oh, there's another Hoverbike. Yeah, the Ember Keeper, I don't actually need those enchantments. 8 is enough for the synergies I have here. Hoverbike is really good. I'll take it. Alright. Not much for my colors. I take the Colossus if I need this kind of a late game sideboard card. Against some removal heavy deck, for instance. Making opponent discard. I don't think I have ninjas or rogues. Nope. So it's just a discard too. Do I want to have it as a sideboard option, or do I want to sideboard into 2 of these Colossus? I have a Kindled Fury here too. I think I'll take the black card, but probably not playing those. Alright, so I have 1 Ember Keeper. I could take the Gift of Wrath. I want to try it. It has a failsafe of giving you a 2/2 menace token anyway, so maybe I'll play it, maybe not. take the uncommon because I'm not gonna play anything else there. I'm not gonna play the uncommon either, but maximizing vault. Alright, so again, sure, I won't be playing the puppet, so let's take the Ember Keeper then. And this doesn't matter. I think it's the first time I'm playing a deck that actually has a lot of artifacts and enchantments, and now I have 3 payoffs for that too. Yep, that's sideboard stuff. I'm gonna play maybe the... Oh, actually I don't necessarily need to play this, but then again, look at my expensive drops. Well, I guess I have a bunch of 4 drops here, so I could cut a 5 mana card. Yeah, I could have used some 3 mana cards, but I suppose they really didn't come. Okay. What of these I'm going to cut? Maybe the Iron Apprentice. I have here 11 artifacts. It is one of the weakest ones. Do I need the Crackling Emergence now? 3/3 hasty. It doesn't even synergize with this, by the way. This requires a non-token modified creature to die. And while the land is modified while this is on it, but if it's about to die, it doesn't actually die. Instead, this enchantment goes away. So this doesn't give you even a token from the Ember Keeper. So I think the emergence is easy cut here now. Return to action. If it doesn't synergize, but it does actually synergize with the Kami of Terrible Secrets. Is that the only thing? I have 2 of those Kamis. Yeah, it's not really that good. I guess I can cut it, and I think I'll cut the Aki Ronin too. It's not necessary. It doesn't do anything that the deck wants to do. And now the question is, do I want to play the Reinforced Ronin just to have some nice synergy for the Patchwork Automaton, and I guess also with the Song Saber. And well, I guess with the Heiko Yamazaki, but that's a bit maybe not that amazing in the end. But I think I'll cut the Iron Apprentice, and then I can decide to either play 16 lands, maybe cut the Satellite Stage era. But 10 artifacts, 9 enchantments, I kinda don't want to cut. Maybe the most likely cut is actually the Reinforced Ronin. It works nicely with the Automaton, but that's pretty much it. I'll just be cycling it in most games. So if I cut that, this would be a 17 land deck with these 5 drops. This stuff. I think I will sideboard in the return to action if opponent has like a bunch of removal spells that don't exile. That specifically, make the creature die. Then it could be interesting. Or if I need this, some kind of life thing, if it's like a race situation. But yeah, I think this is the deck with 9 artifacts and 9 enchantments. The synergy cards are gonna work for the most part. I have some removal here, some... I have Mana Curve is actually quite good. I have a lot of cheap cards here. And I might need to give the Frat to actually push through because I have quite small creatures here. Also, what helps pushing through is the Life of Toshiro Umezawa. I can get these +2/+2 pumps quite a few times in whenever I draw like more than one of these cards during a game. But yeah, this is the main deck now. I think it's fine. So what's the land balance? 11 and 9 here. How about double casters? No. Early drops for both colors, so it's basically just I have 2 more red cards than black cards. Maybe I should use that as a tiebreaker here then. Yep, let's play. And plus one of my red lands is one that I can use for channel, so let's put 8 mountains here and 8 swamps. the rule is if one of the lands is a full art land, the other one should be too. Let's put the Godzilla swamp here. Alright, that's the main deck. I have some nice sideboard options, especially the explosive entries, but maybe even things like Return to Action, Kindled Fury could be brought in some specific matchups. Okay, well that's a nice hand, a little landlight, but I can play what 3 of these cards with just 1 mana, and I have both colors here anyway. This is pretty sweet. So this is gonna be a potentially even a 3/3 menace guy if that's somehow beneficial. But just being able to attack with this saga, especially on the play, when you get to play this on turn 1, it's so nice. Alright, and even got a perfect 2-drop here, because I do have one, artifact here. So they have that thing. Is it a ninja? Not going to block that. Soul Reaper. So this can put in a vehicle. No, it can't put in a vehicle. Because I have the option now to kill this thing. Well, I mean, I would have, but I have only 1 red source, so let's forget about that. Let's forget about that. Of course, I will play the battery. Gift of Wrath. Well, I need to, draw either 2-drops or lands. If I draw anything more expensive than 2 mana cards, that's going to be awkward. That's a good one on that thing, but does the opponent have something that allows them to attack with the Soul Reaper, more removal? Okay. Well, now they are in a better shape. Ah, man. I said I need 2 mana cards or lands. That's actually quite a few of the remaining deck has 2 mana cards or lands. So I could just end up not being able to cast my stuff here. So this means I'm going to have to kill this maybe before it's too awkward. They get to attack for 4 now. And then I don't even have a good attack myself. So I know I could have used the Voltage Surge to kill some of them by sacrificing the Patchwork Automaton, but I don't think that's really... Or of course I do have an attack because they had to tap this thing, but yeah, don't think that's a winning play. So now they can attack for 7, so okay. I mean, missing the land drops there and them having the interaction. I had good start, but they killed my things, and then they have these big guys and I miss land drops, so... Even though I did draw the lands now, that's just not enough, because I'm facing here a lethal attack. Terrible Secrets won't be... They can move this around. Yeah, this can have a +1. They can crew this and then they can use the reconfigure after that. After they can crew with the centipede, then they can use the reconfigure. I'm at 7 only. Nothing is going to work here. I have to play the Heiko Yamazaki and hope the opponent, messes up somehow, but if they play correctly, they can just force me to make such a bad blocks that I can't, come back. So now we have to sacrifice stuff. So are they gonna in response to... Yeah, they are. I'm dead. I'm dead now. Because they have now... I mean, I could have seen if the opponent does it, but they can now sacrifice the Grave Lighter, and I have to sacrifice one of these. Then they put this reconfigure on the Soul Reaper. It's a 6/3, and then they sacrifice the Scrapyard Steelbreaker to make it a 7 power with Menace, and I will die to that without being able to block. So at least these explosive entries will be good. Is there anything else that will be good? They had that removal, but is it the kind of removal that, yeah, it's the kind of removal that makes my guy come back, so maybe a return to action is something I can consider, but I would have to also now cut 3 cards. I'm not sure if that's going to be very easy, but the Shattered Stage Era is going to be easy cut. I think the Gift of Wrath has to go as well. And then my enchantment count is now down to 7, but I think it's fine. So either I will cut the return to action or something else now, because I don't know if the return to action is that good in the end. Yeah, it seemed like it could be a race situation, but I guess with the removal here now, it's maybe less about racing and more about value. So maybe the return to action is not that needed. Yeah, the Mukota Soul Reaper is so good. 2 mana, 4/3, crew 2. That's a lot of stuff, and then you can use the sacrifice when it's when it's beneficial to you. This is a fine hand too, and yeah, definitely not playing the Ninja's Kunai here on turn 1 because I want the counter on the Automaton. And of course they have a perfect start, assuming they have a 2 mana creature, then that is a perfect start indeed. Yeah, this 1 mana sagas, they can just really... Well, it didn't help me too much in the previous game. Okay, another one of those. Do they have a 1 mana creature? What? They didn't, but... alright. That is something. I think what I'm doing here is I'm gonna kill one of those 2/2s because I get it back, maybe with Heigo Yamazaki. I mean the Ninja's Kunai. I'm not winning this race, definitely not. So if they play a creature now, it gets 2 +1/+1 counters, and it's gonna enter with them on the... I mean, it will enter with those, so there's no window to use the Ninja's Kunai there. So maybe I will take first... if it's a 1 toughness creature, no, it's gonna be more than 1 toughness, right? Okay, well that's actually not so bad. Wait a minute. Enter the battle. Draw a card if a creature died this turn, otherwise each player sacrifices a creature. Yeah, so it's not the greatest. It's oh man, there's no window to do it well. Oh man. What a start from the opponent. They have a 4/4 flyer, which... Because if I use the Ninja's Kunai now, they will draw a card. If I don't, they sacrifice this and I sacrifice this. I mean, I have to give them the card. But how do I beat that? They're gonna have 2 2/2s. I need the Heigo Yamazaki. I would like to have the Long Reach of Night here, but I need the Heigo Yamazaki here now. Just to block the 2/2s there. I'm taking 4 in the air. I mean, opponent started with... that was insane. If they kill the Heigo Yamazaki, I'm taking 6, I'm blocking and losing my Patchwork Automaton as well. I don't. Also the creatures get exiled, making my Okiba Salvage so bad. Well, you saw the opponent's start. There's no way I can come back without some kind of bomb situation. This is totally ridiculous. They even have this, 3 damage to their face. I mean, I was trying to have some value plays in this game. I have the value plays all here. All 3 of these are value plays I could make if the game lasted like a normal amount. I have to play this just as a blocker here. There's no way I can have time for the long reach of night here. I need to find some kind of kill here. I don't know if I have in the deck any kill on the 4-4. They just casually play a turn 3 4-4 flyer. Oh, they can just finish me off now. Nice. Well, that was a fast one. And they had this. Yeah, their deck. Let's say their deck was quite good. There was no say in me. No say for me in this match. Okay, can I have normal decks with less than 15 first pickable uncommons in them? At least I have a good start here. But what's my curving out procedure here? It's not gonna be the Song Shaper turn 2. That's one thing, that's for sure. Okay, well actually with this thing it is gonna be the Life of Toshiro Mezawa. I'm just kidding. I mean, this may be not so smart because I have only the 2 life gain here, and now if they might have actually that 1 toughness creature, which they of course don't have to play now. But I felt it's not. I mean, I'm more interested in getting the Kami of Terrible Secrets on turn 4 with the, you know, the actual. I mean, it will have the good mode. But the opponent is their start is no joke either. Do they get oh, they have 3 colors. Because why not? But yeah, this is still fine because my 3-4 is gonna do nice job blocking, and this will maybe get some counters, at least one because I have a Song Shaper here. But let's start with this thing now. I go back to 23 and then there's a long reach of night. Yep, I do like this. This gives me mana for instants and sorceries. Well, I don't have them in my hand currently. Well, they do have the mana fixing for that. Right, prototype is quite good, but I can block it somewhat profitably now. I can steal a thing if that's something I want to do. Well, they have a 3-4 blocker, so probably not a good idea. The better idea is just to play the long reach of night here. I don't really care about stealing anything right now. Let's do this. And hoping that they don't have too nasty interaction. They can have a first strike on this thing though. So I don't actually... I can't actually block it that well then. I mean, I just can't. I guess I could block it with everything. If I knew they have nothing, yes, that would be a different thing, but... Okay, they can give a counter. So they have only 1 card I don't know about. Yeah, the enthusiastic Mechanaut is definitely giving them some discounts. But look at this, they just played a white-red, sorry, blue-red 2-drop and then a white 2-drop too. That's nice. So they're gonna give it counter, so it's gonna be... No, they are not giving it a counter. So actually, if I do now triple block it, it will die. If they have nothing. I mean, this thing is a sorcery speed activation. But if they have anything, they have only 1 card I don't know about. Because this kills something with first strike. It can kill the memory of Toshiro, but then it takes 4 damage here. Ah, it hurts me so much if they have something, but I mean, I have to... I don't have to, but I don't want them to keep getting those. Yeah, okay. getting those, you know, pilot tokens. Now they also have a thing to discard, and yeah, that was annoying. At least I get a couple of artifacts now for the automaton. But I do need to. They don't have any creatures there. That's an 04 I'm gonna get here. Alright, Shattered Stage Era. I can't sacrifice it anyway, in any way. Any creatures, that would be nice, of course, if it was possible somehow. But I need a blocker on this thing. It can be also a 4-5 coming up. I'm feeling like Gift of Wrath and Ninja's Kunai is still the thing I should be doing here. So now the problem is that they can attack with the 4-5. If they give it a counter on it, they can attack it as a 4-5, which I cannot block. They get another pilot token. And then... Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. They can just top deck it to their empty hand, the thing that actually... Yeah, sure. So explosive entries go in. And then... anything else that's good here? I don't think so. Probably not. And then I will cut them maybe... Again, the Shattered Stage Era. How about the Gift of Wrath? It is the least impressive card in the deck, so maybe I should do that. Maybe one of the Ember Keepers. I think I'll do that now. Seems they are quite quickly going to be outclassed by whatever they have. That's not a good one. That's not a good one at all. The only thing I have going on for me is the long reach of night here. But I have no creature plays here. I cannot keep it. Not great, but what can you do? Yeah, the salvage is good, but I think I need my other cards more. Well, it definitely seems like I'm having a bit bad games here now. The first round opponent was just a sickness, and the opponent having in the second round just casually having basically it all. I'm gonna play this just in case I draw a creature then, because I do want to start attacking here. That's not a bad one either. I'll definitely play this and just gain the life here. I actually can kill a 3 toughness creature with the combination of these effects now. Opponent also, I just said in the draft I have never seen anyone play the bronze cudgels, but now I do. Okay, no blue mana. No blue mana there. Okay, that can just eat this. Should I keep the land in my hand just in case? Yeah, I don't have any reason to. Don't have any reason to play it now. If I draw a land, I can, I don't need to have a 5 lands on the next turn. They arrest that thing. That's interesting. Well, the Rabbit Battery is going to give haste to the memory of Toshiro. Actually, let's not make any stupid mistakes here. First of all, let's screw this thing. And then I can give haste to the memory of Toshiro, and then I can also move around the Ninja's Kunai, because now it has no abilities, so I cannot use the because the abilities were taken away. Let's give this to the memory of Toshiro. because it will fall off from the hover bike anyway after all is said and done. So is the opponent now actually missing the blue mana and can't do anything too? Well, now they have it. Is this too late for them? Mechan out. They can equip it, but that's not really that great. But I guess they do it if there's nothing else. All right then. Let's do some tricks here, I think. Now, what's the most damage I can actually? Wait a minute. This says permanent can't attack, block, or group. Its activated abilities can't be activated. Okay, so it doesn't lose the ability. It just says it cannot use them. So okay, reconfiguring this on here doesn't make it be able to. I mean, the ninja's kunai doesn't work here. So I'm thinking about the attacks here. I want to kill this for sure. But who is going to... Can I deal 4 here? 4 is, I think, the most I can deal here. Or can I deal even more? Let's see. So... No, I can't deal even 4. Wait a minute, this is too hard. I'm not actually... I'm gonna unattach it. I'm not sure if this is how I should do it, because this also requires tapping. Yeah, this is probably not what I should do here. Yeah, I can deal only 3 here because I can't. Do they have a removal? Oh, they have a that. Yeah, they of course do. Well, then I do this, and then I can reconfigure on this thing to deal an additional point. Sadly, I didn't actually get now the 1/1 token because this triggered ability is still, you know, that is still active. Scrapyard. Well, I have a 3/3 flyer here. And also these hasty guys. These will have haste. Alright, patchwork automaton. So... Crew it. Attach it. Play this thing. Attack for 3. And then I should attach to a automaton just in case if the automaton dies, I will get the 1/1 token. And yeah, they can give it this +6/+0 by using all the 6 mana there. That's not going to win them the race. They can have a Born to Drive, which is... What? Don't they want to have 2 pilot tokens instead? Don't understand what's going on. Okay, +2/+2. So let's first unattach this thing. Then I will crew this thing. Then I will attach this thing on the automaton, I guess. Then I will use this Life of Toshiro Umezawa to give it +2/+2. If it gets killed, I get a 1/1 token at least. And I will attack for 6. And I still have hasty spirits here if I need them. Yeah, the interaction with the rabbit battery and crew 1 vehicles is really interesting. Because it's so cheap to move around this thing. Alright, so that was a little bit different game. Don't think anything changes. Kindled Fury could be, well, interesting. Opponent is actually just playing 3 colors here. It took some time for them to find the blue there, but let's see how they could do in game 3 then. So the Kindled Fury is kinda interesting if I have to ever brawl with the Steelbreaker, but it also has the activated ability that can give it additional toughness quite easily. So maybe that's not what I need here. I think I just like the deck as it is now. Well, I did make some sideboarding in this match, but let's keep the same one. Okay, well that is mulligan, but so is the opponent's hand. And now this is really good. They kept 6, I will keep 6, and now it's not easy to find the correct card here, because it's not gonna be either of the sagas. They are just good enough. I like the explosive entry against the cards I saw from their deck, so I think it is gonna be the Ninja's Kunai in the end, because I like the creature card too, although I have a 2/2 here and I have a... I guess it could be the Song Shaper, it's not really... Okay, fine, it's the Song Shaper, because these are just, 2 power creatures as well. Oh, what the... I really thought I was playing the Swamp there. Oh, man. That's actually huge, because this is gonna take so much time to... I mean, whatever. At least the land is good. Good draw there. I will play this now just in case they have, 1 toughness creature there. Because this is, useful. The other modes than the life gain are useful too. Well, at least they got their triple colors right away. Okay. Hey, where's the artifacts? I need them to have artifacts for the explosive entry. Okay, that's a good one actually. So maybe in the end, I still would have preferred this on turn 1, but maybe it's not so bad now. Oh, they kill it. That's a shame. Although with Heiko Yamazaki, I might get to recast it. They get a 2/2 first striker, but it's not gonna be good enough against the 3/3, and that's something an explosive entry can deal with, but no, not needed. Now that I have the Heiko Yamazaki, they need to have another removal spell. If they don't, I start getting value. I don't care if they cast an expensive artifact spell, because I have an explosive entry here. Oh, do they have another? But they have to sacrifice a creature to do that. It's probably still worth it, but I don't actually mind. Don't mind that much there. This has many, so they cannot... Well, they can have another blocker, of course, but I can just Ninja's Kunai this guy away. Spirited Companion is good, but I can kill it for free here. And let's see if this now just is gonna work. I guess I can kill it and then attack. I don't have to do anything to the Hand of Enlightenment. Yep, that's a good idea, because it does have menace. Well, if the opponent doesn't realize it, but I can kill it. They maybe shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. They could have just waited until this chapter is over. Do I have anything that cares about discarding? I don't think, but I guess there's not really any point playing the land either, because it's not like the opponent plays discard with the non-black deck. Okay, so now they can make that into a 3/3. Don't have an artifact now. That is sad. Funnily, they just don't have any artifacts either here. Well, they have the 1, but I don't think I'm going to kill that thing, even though I get to get a counter here, but do I wait like one turn to maybe find an artifact for this thing? Because if I play it as a 3-4, it's gonna be quite impactful, but we are at 18 both. I think I can wait for one turn. Now they can attack with both if they... Well, no, they cannot. Because I can block either of them. I'm happy to trade with the Subduer and I'm happy to eat the Enlightenment thing. So they attack with this and tap this down. That's fine. Come on, play some artifact I can kill. I mean, I cannot just give it a +1/+1 counter for myself with this thing too, but... So they have, of course, something that they wouldn't be doing. What can they have there? I don't know. The Terrarium only is a sorcery speed activation. They cannot make this Hand of Enlightenment suddenly into a 3-3 with the Terrarium. So I guess I'll attack and I will play the Kami of Terrible Secrets. I don't think I have... Yeah, the Bone to Drive is a thing. Yeah. Kind of forgot that's a thing. Well, it's gonna die to first strike damage, so none of this matters. I saw this card. I didn't play around it. This format has a surprisingly low amount of flash creatures. I'm not sure if it has any flash creatures at lower rarities. So that's why it's so... That was a mistake. That was a horrible, horrible mistake. I don't think I can just win by playing this Kami of Terrible Secrets anymore. I need some... I'm gonna take 5, 7, maybe 8 damage going to... I'm gonna wait one more turn. I hope to find an artifact because I can cast this... Any artifact that costs 3 or less. Oh yeah. Just have it all upon it. Of course I don't draw my... I mean I did... Man, they had the voltage searches for my... I mean both the Chain Flail Centipede and the Heiko Yamasaki are... Well anyway, I'm just tilted here now. I know I have the explosive entry for the prototype, so I'm not totally dead here. I'm just figuring out if I can still... I guess I can do it so that... I keep this guy. Because if they attack with the Subduer alone, I will trade happily with the Ember Keeper. If they attack with both, I have a 3-4. Yeah, they need to draw something good. So as long as they don't draw, I think I can still wait to draw an artifact here. Because I need here more stuff now. They can make this guy into a 4-3 then. And yeah, that's actually true, but then I could... So let's say if I gave the counter to the Ember Keeper. Then they make this into a 3-3 first striker. But I can double block it. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna attack. I guess I have to take 4 damage now. I have to take 4 damage now, and then I have to play the Kami of Terrible Secrets. Unless I draw something better to play. But of course, I'm going to go to a pretty low life total. I would also want to have one of my... I have more of these Memory of Toshiros. Okay, they can draw that. I have a Voltage Search which will deal only 2, which would have been a lot better. Well, I have to play this. It's too late now. I mean, I can't anymore do anything. They don't have artifacts, so this is just a 3-4 right now. Do they have to top deck like that? Not only did they draw an artifact, it's one that they can draw a card with. So that's really good for them. I'm gonna lose my board. I will have the Ember Keeper left, not even the voltage Search here. Or I guess I can decide to lose both the Ember Keeper and the creature there. The Papercraft Decoy? That was really sick draw. Maybe I just have to take the Steelbreaker. I mean, if I had an artifact to sacrifice, I would just respond to this thing by killing it, but I don't have it. I can block there. I'm not gonna block. I'm gonna make them... I mean, I'm gonna go to 1 here. And I'm gonna draw like Memory of those. I don't even know because I can't beat if the opponent draws exactly this stuff. First a Steelbreaker, then an artifact that has a draw a card ability. That's... I guess I could have blocked with this because I could have gotten the counter there. Sorry, the token, but I'm also tilted enough to just play wrong here. Okay, I did draw the Life of Toshiro Mesawa. I needed that thing. But is it good enough? And I don't think it is, because they don't know about the voltage surge then. Yeah, because I have to kill them. I can't gain life. I have to kill the Papercraft Decoy and hope they don't find like artifacts. I mean, they're gonna have 2 draws. Maybe they draw 2 lands. It's a possibility. So I do have a game plan in here. I could just kill a 1/1, but that doesn't seem to do much. Yep. Man, the card draw there is so annoying. So they have to draw basically 2 lands now. Or something very low impact stuff. At least they didn't have an artifact. So now what I can do here is I can try to still, stay in the game. Of course, if they have a pump effect, I will be losing here. Well, they seem to have something here, so why not? I'll play the 3rd match anyway. Seismic Wave. Yeah, okay. That's good enough. I wonder why they didn't pre-combat that, because they could have just killed the Aki without it blocking, but whatever, it wasn't really... I mean, it doesn't matter, they just drew this. Whatever they do with it, it's gonna be enough. Yeah, I mean, again, what can I say? I'm 0-2, but I don't think the deck is bad. The games just have been... I don't know. Maybe the deck is bad, but if you have... I mean, I don't know. I have removal, I have early game here. The mana is reliable. I have a high quality cards. I have here, these things with 9 and 9 before sideboarding, of course. These should work. Well, let's see how the meaningless match 3 goes, because it doesn't award any prizes, because it's the same prizes for 0 wins and 1 win. Okay, that is not a great hand, but it is, it's a hand that works. And opponent is probably 0-2 as well, because they just conceded there right away, and I don't know what's their deck, so submit the same one, and let's see if there is even gonna be a match 3. There's not really much incentive to play, like they mulliganed to 6 and maybe had a bad hand, and if they also know that there's nothing to be won here, so why would they play with a miserable hand here? Alright, so this is nice hand. I wish I had this kind of stuff in some of the other games. I'm gonna play the Ember Keeper here still, because I could use the -1/-1 effect here. If they have like a 3 toughness blocker here. Um, Well, I'm gonna play the synthesizer here. And then I have an artifact and an enchantment for the next turn because they are not gonna block here. There's no guarantee I can play the card, but if it's a land, well then I can. If it's a 2-mana card, yes I can. Okay. And now I could also play the kind of card play post combat though, but next turn I'll play this. I don't know, maybe I'll wait it. I could get some value. I don't need a 2-3 that much. It's better to maybe get some value. Okay, puppet. Sure. So this is how the deck is kind of supposed to work. Let's see if it's enough here. Now I can attack the Kami into the puppet here. And then, you know, I can finish it off with a -1/-1. But of course, opponent doesn't have an attack here unless they're willing to trade with the Ember Keeper or they have some pump effect. Okay, what is this? They're just gonna go with that kind of plan. Sure, let's raise. Well, I kind of don't want to use the Rabbit Battery because I could of course use it on the Kami of Terrible Secrets right now. And then they just wouldn't block, but I want them to block. So if they don't block, what do I do post-combat? Maybe even use the synthesizer or something. I could steal this thing and attack for, I mean, the pilot gains... No, it's... no, it's gonna... It only gets... It counts their creatures. They control the aura. It is tempting to just see if they're gonna block here. It's possible they don't do that. And then I just, now that they didn't do that, I'm going to simply use the synthesizer, get the token from there. And then, well, it's a 2-mana card, I can play it. If it's anything more expensive, I can't. And I actually got lucky again, so that's fine. Am I willing to double block here? It's gonna be... because I can crew now in response. But then if they have anything... I think I can go to 8. It's too risky if they have anything, I lose 2 of my things. That's not nice. Virus Beetle, it's pretty okay because I do have lands to throw away. They did play this post-combat, so this... I mean, they could have... I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but maybe they should have. Maybe they should have played it pre-combat to make this a bigger creature. Right, so kind of want to play the Long Reach of Night as well. Oh, okay, they just don't... Man, this was so many options. I couldn't really decide because there were so many. I could have just stolen the 6/5 here too. The Long Reach of Night, make them discard, sacrifice, always fine. And then I could have used the Life of those Rumors. Oh, I was actually thinking here if I should just pump the Kami of Terrible Secrets and attack with it. And then play the Long Reach of Night post-combat. I'm not sure what I would have done there, but well, that was it. Very uneventful. Match 3, understandably, they were 0-2 most likely, because they didn't really show any willingness to play the match. So, well, I guess for my statistics, I got a match win here, but really, really miserable. I mean, the match one, opponent had a sick deck. They deserved the win, but the match two is so... I mean, first of all, opponent did have mana fixing, multiple ways to fix their mana, so they played a probably an even 3-color deck. Fine. Sometimes you draw mana for that. But it was the kind of top deck war situations where, I mean, one of the players is gonna win them, of course, but it just seemed like the draws they had were so perfect, and I just couldn't hit whatever I had available, and they had another removal spell for the Heiko Yamazaki, which would have just taken over the game, and yeah, I just it was somehow super frustrating match too, because I think if I played that matchup many times against the same deck, I think this deck might be favored to win in the end. That said, I made one clear mistake in the game 3. I basically fed my 2/2 menace guy to the trick that gave them instant speed 2/1/1 tokens. If that was in game 3, I think it was in game 3. So that was a mistake, and if I didn't make that mistake, I might have actually, even won the game. So there's me to blame too. But yeah, that was that. And next one will be a premier draft, and the set completion report after draft number 20 will probably show some nice gem losses there, because I haven't really been very successful in these drafts lately. But let's hope that will take a new turn. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.